50 a.m. The Ticket.
All right, 5 o'clock. You're just getting in your car. You're ready to go home on a Tuesday night and celebrate Jocktoberfest, the first night of the year that all four major sports in this country are active. Throw in the MLS. You got 5 major sports in this country that are all Prater in season. Happy Jocktoberfest to you, my friend.
Do you think anybody recorded the Monday Night Football game last night and saved it for today? And then it was just like a dude in his basement living with mom, and he watched the NFL game this morning, and then he's watching NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball playoffs, maybe even sneaking in a little MLS today.
100%, especially someone, maybe they live on the East Coast, or maybe they were working overnight and they weren't able to see the Monday night game because they work. So they shut everything off and then they watch it the next morning. I bet there are people who did that. Yeah.
I love that.
I would buy that. Yeah. And that's a funny day though. That's Jocktoberfest, right?
Let's remember this next year and take this day off. It's a shame that we're working today, Ball.
Jocktoberfest. Yes. We haven't heard anybody else talking about that either. And I went to Twitter and even typed in Jocktoberfest. Like nothing came up in the past 3 or 4 years.
Are you saying you invented that word?
Yes. Jocktoberfest.
You did bring that up this morning.
Yeah.
And I thought I've never heard of it, but it can't be true.
It
can't be unique.
I can't have invented the word Jocktoberfest. No way. But I maybe invented the meaning. Jocktoberfest is the day of the year in October where all 4 sports come together and passionately celebrate their seasons or postseasons. I like it.
I typed Jocktoberfest into Twitter, and the first thing that came up was our show tease for today. The second thing that came up was your tag that says Jocktoberfest. And the third thing that came up was a pregnant lady.
From what year?
I don't know what year she was pregnant.
The pregnant lady. But I mean, on the tweet, it'll say when you had it. But I think I saw that pregnant lady.
Yeah.
I think it's 2019.
No, it's October 3rd of this year.
Damn it. Well, hurry up and have that kid. Okay. Let's get your keyword. If you want to go to the Boise State, Wyoming football game, text the word pass. I'm going to pass the ball to Prater. Text pass to 208-424-9300, and you will be automatically entered for tomorrow morning's drawing, giving tickets away all week to Boise State, Wyoming. So that's going to be fun. Prater, Andy Avalos, Monday press conference. George Holani is back practicing, and I can attest to that. I saw him out there today. He wasn't wearing anything that would even alarm anybody maybe he won't play. He looked like he was full go. I still don't know if he plays this week, and if he does, Prater, I think maybe you stick his toe in the water instead of having him jump in at this point because he is a fragile player.
Yep.
And Prater, I think you're going to need, I'll give you the floor here. 5 games left, hoping to win at least 4 of them, right? Trying to fix this thing. Do you need George Holani to do that?
I don't think so. I really don't. But that doesn't mean my answer is going to be different than that, because I do want to see a nice compliment of George Holani this season. He shines late in the season. Go look at his track record in terms of what he does in the month of November and how active he is. It's the only month where he's never really missed a game, and he's been really good. So I need George Holani in his flashback to November times and bringing a little complimentary help to Ashton Jeanty. But no, so for me, this football team is about the defense. We'll dive into that more later on this week. That's what's going on here. That's what's going to make Boise State a better football team. But with Ashton Jeanty getting a little bit of a breather here and there, sustaining himself for the rest of this season. Because if Boise State does this right, not only do they have 5 games left, they have 7 games left. And that's very much in play. And that's a lot of football left to be played. I mean, they've only played 7. So if everything goes right, they're only halfway
7 more games.
They're halfway through their season. So, and then also just that stuff that I know got you really excited, and a lot of people really excited. All the 2 running back stuff that they planned in fall camp in August. We went to practice almost every single day in fall camp, and almost every single day we saw them work on 2 running backs, the option, the zone read, all kinds of fun stuff back there that we really haven't seen this year because George Holani went down early. On the 3rd time he touched the ball, or even the 3rd play of the game, or whatever it was in the Washington game, he went down early. They hinted that we're going to be able to start seeing some of that come together. The offensive line is healthy. The running back room is healthy. The quarterback, we got 2 of them that are healthy, good or bad. This offense has never been healthier, so I expect this offense, which already has scored 30-plus points for 5 consecutive games, which has never happened under the Andy Avalos era. I think it's going to get better. I think this offense is going to be a 35-plus point offense for the rest of the season. defense, it's up to you, but let's talk running backs.
All right, well, how do you manage Ashton Jeanty then? Do you not? I mean, of course you manage him, but I mean, not manage him would be we're just going to beat Wyoming. And if that means Ashton Jeanty touches the ball 37 times to beat Wyoming, then okay, Ashton, we'll get those ice packs ready for you on Sunday morning. Or does it mean managing Ashton Jeanty, saying now that George Holani is back, and don't worry, callers, a couple of you guys are calling in right now. We're going to take those calls a little later this hour, just in like 5 minutes. We're going to take those calls on the Double Tap Pub hotline, so you guys can tell us what you think the workload will be. But Prater, if you can, if you're taking this, hey, there's 5, maybe 7 games left. We want Ashton Jeanty healthy for every one of those. We're going to, slowly but surely ease George in. And who knows, maybe there is going to be a game at some point, a close game even, where it's like last year, but it's flipped. Last year, out of the total carries between Holani and Jeanty last year, Prater, Holani got 59% of them. Okay, so 6 out of 10, essentially. Maybe at the most for Holani, he can hope for this year that is flipped and that Jeanty is getting 6 out of 10. But for me, Prater, it's probably more like 8 out of 10 carries go to Ashton Jeanty.
Andy Avalos addressed the situation on Monday, juggling Ashton Jeanty touches. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, he's had a lot of touches because we've been light at times. So, again, with the ideal situations, we always have 2 tailbacks. That's, if not 3, with developing a 4th. Again, that's what we want to have game in and game out throughout the course of the year, because it is a long season, and that's a very physical position. That tailback position, there's a lot of impact. So to be able to disperse some of the carries, and there's still different ways to get both guys the ball. There's still different ways to get other guys the ball. That's the fun part about it now. Now, again, each and every week it comes down to what does the defense present, and now we have guys that are coming off the IR that are going to be available, and we, being able to put a plan together based off of what a particular defense is going to, try to take away and what they're going to give, because each and every week, that's what it's about. So it's not going to look the same every single week. And that's a big part of football, especially in this conference, right? We play a lot of different defensive structures. It's about every defensive structure you can see in college football in this conference. There's about every single offensive structure you can see in this conference. And that's what makes it, challenging year in and year out, is being equipped to face those different structures.
Okay, there's Andy talking about, obviously, what happens with Holani's return. He also talked about how much better Ashton Jeanty could be with an occasional breather now that the running back room, that depth, getting much better.
Through the course of the season, in any season, you want to have 2 guys, if not 3. We came in, into fall camp, that was probably our deepest position, and it got stretched pretty thin, pretty quick. And so, again, it's going to be nice to be able to have those guys back. It is a long season. We're coming off the bye week. It was nice to see that everybody, on Sunday when we practice, the guys were fresh, mentally, physically. They were flying around. They were communicating. They were operating. It was awesome to see. And so that is part of the balance and again, the rhythm when you have multiple personnels, whether it's in the backfield, it's at wide receiver, and making sure we're doing a diligent job with how we create a plan in relation to what we're getting from a particular defense or offense, and being able to use our personnel as efficient as we can.
We'll hear from Bush Hamden and how he's addressing this here in a second. One more from Andy Avalos from his press conference yesterday. We told you that in fall camp, they experimented mightily with 2 running back systems, all kinds of fun stuff, all kinds of tricks and stuff. Here's Andy Avalos talking about, now that Ashton Jeanty and George Holani are both healthy, has that changed, and are we going to start seeing that this weekend?
Having the majority of our tailbacks back now, and having our offensive line back, bless you, it allows us to be able to get back to some of the things that we worked on in fall camp, which is obviously very exciting. Again, we'll have a huge challenge with this being, arguably the best defense, one of them that we've played against, this season. So it provides us the opportunity to get different ball carriers, some action to get the ball in their hands. And again, that's part of creating the rhythm within the offense. Again, Austin Bolt's been making steady progress to be able to make his return, which is very exciting for him. It has not been an easy road back to him getting back on the field. Just super proud of him. It's been pretty cool to see what he's done the last couple weeks behind the scenes. And so, yeah, we had a good bye week. It was fun. It was fun seeing those guys operate together.
Who sneezed? Yeah, I don't remember that.
It was one of the TV cameramen.
Okay.
Camera women.
Okay.
And Andy Avalos, I think he wanted to giggle like a school child.
Now I remember who it was. I remember her. I saw her. It was her that sneezed.
Yeah, she was sitting right next to me, so I heard it. And then he throws in, "Oh, bless you."
Bless you. That was kind of cool, man. 208-424-9300 double tap pub hotline time. Speak to thousands of people right now. How should Andy Avalos handle the return of George Holani and how that impacts Ashton Jeanty's workload? What do you know? What do you say? 208-424-9300. You will also hear, Prater, from Bush Hamden when we come back. He's going to talk about the importance of George Holani returning to this offense. We're taking your calls, reading your texts, hearing from Bush Hamden, and a whole bunch of stuff coming up. We're Prater in the ball game. 208-424-9300. Idaho Sports Talk.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studios, this